So here we have an R1, modern R1, and I recently took the motor apart, had it taken apart to be inspected, and it turns out this motor was done mainly because the titanium con rods were out of round, and it was enough that there was some premature wear on the crank journals, and the wrist pins were scarred, and it was just time to rebuild the motor completely. But because it was a 2015, I went ahead and bought a new motor. Anyways, upon inspection of it, there's a couple of things that came to light, which I want to share with you. One of them is, here's the oil pan. You're used to seeing it from the bottom. And inside the oil pan, okay, is where your oil pickup goes. Let's just take a look at that. So this is the oil pickup. And it only has 3 bolts that bolt it to the bottom of the engine. You don't see this unless you take the oil pan off. Inside of this, and let's just look at this real quick. So this goes down, it's like a straw. And that area goes all the way down to the bottom, and it fits in there something like that, bolted to the bottom of the engine. So that, the oil pump is sucking oil up that tube. It's just like a big straw. And what I didn't realize was this is a serviceable item, because inside here is a screen. And if you look in there, you'll see it doesn't look too pretty. Let me see if I can get a better angle on it here. It's pretty dirty in there. So what is that that's in there? Well, it's a combination of a couple of things. Some gasket sealant and debris and just dirt, I mean, that's never been cleaned in 3 years that I've owned the engine. But I change the oil in the filter every time I race the bike. So it's had a ton of oil changes and a ton of new filters. In fact, I think I've got, about 10 oil filters sitting here, which I only use OEM filters. But I've always got them sitting here, right? I mean, I've got a ton of them because I change them so often. So why does that have anything in it at all? Well, when I changed my clutch, I did use a little bit of gasket sealant, maybe too much, but I tried to be sparing with it on the gasket on the right hand engine cover. But it doesn't appear that you need much, if any. And I think moving forward, I'm not going to use any, to be honest, any of the extra sealant beyond just putting the stock gasket in. And on top of that, what I was told was from the local shop is that, if it's a race bike like this, every race that you're changing the oil, go ahead and drop the pan. I mean, if you want to be extra safe, drop the oil pan here. And then you have just those 3 bolts holding this to the bottom of the motor. Take it out and clean this. And if you run, if you clean it from the inside out or blow air or just use some solvent there, make sure it's all dry or clean. Probably WD-40, which is mostly kerosene, would be fine. And then you're good to go. So that is now something I'm going to do every single race. It's not the reason why my engine needed a rebuild. That was due to the connecting rods. But now that I know this, it's definitely going to be a serviceable item for me, like I said. So hope that helps. Take care.